pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great
We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Spurs come into town. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. Along with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. Take a look at the Knicks. This is an important game for them because they've really been struggling. Just one win in their last 5 games.
Kevin, in recent games, their luck has been all bad and tough. I mean, that could very well continue against the team they're facing here in this game. It's not going to be easy to end this streak.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Aldridge and Kawhi Leonard, the 2 stars at the forward spots. The timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. And it's Gasol at center. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. Ginobili outside. Here's Gasol. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Gasol's got the game going with his first points of the game for San Antonio. Anthony with the screen on Parker to the paint. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. On defense, the Spurs, and the shot goes in.
Well, this guy, Courtney Lee, has worked so hard to become a complete offensive player, that time getting the look inside.
And beyond his ability to shine on the basketball floor, you have to commend Carmelo Anthony's effort, Greg, to get NBA players and other athletes more involved in making the world a better place.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done, but guys like Melo see what is beyond the world of basketball. He's spoken out as well as done the legwork of being active in his communities, and a lot of charity work for Melo. It's just nice to see the maturation process play out.
Well, Kevin, how about the shot mechanics of your 7-footer? Kristaps Porzingis is efficient in catch and shoot.
Ginobili the pass to Aldridge. Leonard kicks to Gasol. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And he knocks down the first one.
And over the years, Gasol has proven himself to be a valuable teammate. Someone guys love to be around. A guy that plays well with just about anybody.
Well, you just look back on the history of the New York Knicks and what rich history and tradition they have as a franchise, the different eras, the different groups they've had, some of the more memorable teams in NBA history.
And the dunk by Aldridge.
And what about the way Gasol sees the floor? So gifted at whipping the ball all over to the open man.
Here's Ntilikina, covered by Parker. Anthony against Leonard, and that one's good. Anthony's got his first points of the night. And thinking back to great players and teams from the Knicks, Doris, you can look at teams in any decade and find memorable players.
Well, listen, if you're talking about the 1970s, it's Willis Reed. You're talking about the 80s and 90s. You're talking about Bernard King, Patrick Ewing, Allen Houston, the great Pat Riley at the helm. And more recently, you're talking about the likes of Carmelo Anthony. The Knicks have had some ballers in their history.
And the Knicks hit again from deep.
From the opening tip, he's been active and working for good looks. He's been pretty accurate.
Gasol, and finished off by Gasol.
Extraordinary work from Parker to find his teammate for the open basket. His passing is just phenomenal.
And there's the call on Ginobili. That is his first foul of the game for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Hernangomez. And Sessions subbed in for Ntilikina. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Danny Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. Dennis Mills in for Parker. Now here's Laverne. Porzingis with the steal. Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
1:43 left in the first quarter of the game. And Anthony gets it to go. Doris, you've interviewed so many great players and coaches. What are some of the key personality traits that stars seem to share?
Yeah, I would say it's probably like somebody who's either a lawyer or a doctor, right? They're always A-type personalities. They're competitive. They're perfectionists. They have great capacity for work. I don't think you make it to the NBA unless you're incredibly committed.
Well said. Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Kuzminskis comes in for Porzingis. Randall subbed in for Courtney Lee. And San Antonio also making a switch. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And the Knicks making a change here. Thomas is checked in. Randall no good. Spurs trail by 3. Gay kicks to Laverne. Green dishes to Mills. Pass to Gay. Anderson inside, lays it up off the glass. Anderson's got his first basket.
Got to be aware of Gay's passing. He's constantly looking to set up his teammates in their spots.
Knocked loose, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Gay. Let's use this break to look at the teams that over the past month have been tremendous at converting turnovers into points. Number 1, the Spurs.
And you always like to see aggressive defense. And then when you can convert mistakes into points offensively, that's a big key. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Danny Green, undrafted out of North Carolina. He's been a linchpin of the Spurs' great defense over his career.
You know, 6'6" with that 6'10" wingspan. This is a guy that can block shots like a big man, guards 3 positions, and one of the guys that we call the prototype when you talk about that 3 and D wing player. And one thing you can say about Green, I don't know of too many players who are as dependent on their three-point shot as he is. He needs that shot to be falling for him to make an impact.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Mills kicks to Gay. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Laverne down low. O'Quinn defending, and it's Laverne missing. And here's Sessions. Really disappointing game for him in that loss to New Orleans. It could go. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. Carmelo Anthony getting it done for New York. He notched 8 points in the quarter. And the second quarter. For the New York Knicks, they come into this one following a loss to New Orleans.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Right. There has to be some sort of consistent effort to generate quality shots. It seemed to me they thought they were going to come easily.
On the court right now for the Spurs. Mills out there with Murray. Then there's Anderson. And there's Laverne. And it's Bertinason at the small forward. Shots good by Laverne.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And Sessions kicks to Kuzminskis. And that's a foul called on Davis Bertans. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Spurs. Aldridge comes in for Laverne. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Patty Mills. Kuzminskis the pass to Sessions. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No one near Randall as he lets it go. And the 3 off target. So it's the Spurs now. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively. And when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
I think intensity is the key, right, Greg? When you play with energy on the offensive end, good things usually happen.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Neither team wants to give an inch. This is fun. Both teams trying desperately to seize the momentum.
Now here's Randall, and DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game for the Knicks. Hernangomez is checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Ntilikina in for Sessions. Spurs also with the sub. Gasol's checked in. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. So for the Knicks, Porzingis, he's checked in for Kuzminskas. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Lance Thomas. And Lee's subbed in for Randall.
Well, this is a clear case in point of where the comparison to Dirk Nowitzki is so apropos. Not many 7-footers with that kind of range, Kev.
Now, here's Aldridge. A 23-point game for him in the win against Detroit.
And it was a huge night for him at the other end as well. How about the steals? And he was just a big headache the entire game.
Now, for the last 2 decades, there have been a lot of big men coming from Europe who have been tagged as the next Dirk. A lot of lofty expectations to live up to. But Porzingis, Doris, Porzingis seems to be one who is answering that call.
Well, I think Porzingis certainly on his way to being as beloved as Dirk is, both here and back in Europe. And the reason you like the comparison, both are size and skill combined. And they have praised each other in the past, a little bit of a mutual admiration society.
Aldridge dishes to Parker. From 11 feet away, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The Knicks leading by 3. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by, and the Knicks miss again. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Baseline J on the way. Murray, no good. Aldridge can't get it to go.
His high percentage shot right at the rim, and he's wondering what happened.
Here's Anthony. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. And the Spurs pushing it up now. That one doesn't go. And New York will come the other way. Victory eluded them last time in San Antonio when they took on the Spurs.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
Here's Aldridge after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Leonard kicks to Aldridge to stop the run, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. A different look now for San Antonio. Rudy Gay's checked in for Aldridge. And it's Ginobili in for DeJounte Murray. Feeds it to Gasol. Picked his pocket. Here's Ntilikina, covered by Parker. There's 1:34 left to play in the first half. Pass to Porzingis. Anthony in the corner. Hands it from downtown. And now an 8-point Knicks lead. Think back to how Jeff Hornacek was as a player. Doris, you see that same demeanor on the sideline.
Well, what you're talking about there, Kev, is sort of that gritty, no-nonsense, tough-minded approach. What Jeff Hornacek was as a player, he certainly displays similar attributes as a coach.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Gasol right through the D for the layup. Now just a 4-point New York lead.
And the long arms that Gasol has is what allows him to drop dunks on defenders. What a powerful force close to the rim.
Now here's Anthony. 11 points for him in that last game against New Orleans.
I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
Here's Gasol. Leonard the pass to Parker. It's tipped.
Oh, that's a big-time contest. Really not a high flyer, but knows how to position himself.
Basket counts. Porzingis has got 7 points for the quarter.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Leonard kicks to Parker. Spurs working the ball around now. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down to just 6 points, and the bucket from Gasol.
And the stick-with-it attitude of Gasol, just overwhelming the defense with his length.
Dishes to Anthony. With 4 seconds on the clock, he lays it in. Anthony's got the lead, back up to 8 now for the Knicks.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And so that brings the first half.
Carmelo.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance, the hometown fan. A fantastic first quarter from Carmelo Anthony. He ended up with 17 points and 1 assist. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
The thing about Carmelo is he plays with a superstar mindset. There's nothing.
So that'll do it for now.
the incredible view of One World Trade Center rising high above New York. And Doris, so many players do tend to shy away from contact, but which players, in your opinion, really love the physical aspect of the game, really helps their game?
Well, let's go old school. And the ground and pound game of Zach Randolph. The guy doesn't have an inch in terms of his vertical jump, but has managed to be well into his second decade in the NBA. For me, Zach, Z-Bo doing work on the box, a thing of beauty.
Ntilikina and Lee are in the backcourt. Melo and Porzingis are the duo at forward. And it's Hernangomez in at the 5. They're the group for Jeff Hornacek starting the second half.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, you know, sometimes your gut tells you to take a shot at the pick and then big move to keep the pressure on.
New York's gone 6 of 12 from outside, a very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Anthony, the pass to Porzingis, back to Anthony, and it's Anthony with the jam.
You know, and that was a nice find by KP. Saw the open man, he was on time, on target with the pass, perfect.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The Spurs shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Aldridge.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Pass to Ntilikina. The feed now to Carmelo. Shoots over Leonard. Misses off the right iron.
Well, they know not to leave him open for mid-range, and they're all over him on that shot.
That puts them in the lead. Ginobili's got his first bucket of the night.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Ntilikina. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to give your offense a chance, and that possession didn't do it.
Not at all, Greg. I mean, no reason for him to be taking these kinds of shots. He has only himself to blame.
Count it. And the Knicks lead by 1. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
Boy, he's been relentless. And to this point, they haven't had an answer for him on the inside. Let's see if they make some adjustments coming out of the timeout.
San Antonio making a switch here. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Bertans comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
My goodness, get right in his grill and force him to alter the shot. That's tough defense in the post.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. They get it back. Here's Hernangomez. Some solid defense from Aldridge.
Boy, too much traffic in the lane. Very difficult finish with the defense draped all over him.
Porzingis with the block. Laverne dishes to Green. Shot clock at 5. Here's Aldridge. It's rebounded by New York.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
Doris, when you watch Porzingis on the defensive end of the floor, it's just jaw-dropping. The ground he can cover and the way he challenges at the rim can change the way a team chooses to attack him.
I agree, because he provides so much in terms of rim protection and weak side help. It's a huge boost to any defense. This guy can be one of the best shot blockers in the league, does an incredible job switching with his length and speed.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he went all in there. He embraces the challenge and somehow finishes with the layup.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
But, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for the Spurs. It's rebounded by Kuzminskis. Knicks trail by 3. Here's Thomas. That doesn't go either for Thomas. Here's Green. Lays it up off the glass. Green's got 4 points this quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Thomas a screen. And Sessions kicks to Thomas. The Knicks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. The first one falls.
What we have watched these first few seasons of his career is a steady improvement at the line for O'Quinn. He is showing he can knock them down consistently.
Here are the Spurs with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Thomas passes to Sessions. He kicks it to O'Quinn. New York moving it around. The pass to Sessions. There's a good screen. Here's Kuzminskis. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. There's the dish to Mills. Pass to Bertens. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for New York. For San Antonio, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. And he makes the first.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Randall. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Outside Thomas. Kicks it to Sessions. To the inside. Kuzminskis loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Kuzminskis has got 5 points so far. Here's Bertens, and O'Quinn sends it back.
Just such nice timing by O'Quinn on that block.
Anderson against Lee. 12 seconds left in the third. Sessions with it, just 5 to shoot. Softly drops in the floater. Sessions has got his first basket.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Spurs lead by 1. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Only difference is competitiveness.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. New York trailing. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the floor for San Antonio, the timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Gay in at the 3 slot.
I'll tell you, you're not going to find a much more confident basketball player. He always believes the points are going to come.
And Sessions kicks to Kuzminskis. And a wide open look for Lee. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. San Antonio leading by 3. Ginobili with the ball. He's picked up by Lee. Parker dishes to Gay. He feeds it to Ginobili. And it's Leonard at the elbow. From down in the low post, it goes. Leonard's got 4 points in the quarter.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
New York calls timeout.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, I like to see them mix it up a little bit. You've got to keep the opposition off balance.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Porzingis, he's checked in for Kuzminskis. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Thomas. And it's Ntilikina in for Sessions. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I had a chance to listen in on Jeff Hornacek's huddle with his players. He does not think they're giving him everything. He said they've been faster to us all night. Loose balls, rebounds, everything. We got to wake up. It's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We got to seize this game. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
Parker's shot is off.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Hernangomez is checked in for the Knicks. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for San Antonio. And now Parker pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And there's the lay-in. And the Spurs lead by 9.
Yeah, and even though he's a little older now, Parker still possesses exceptional speed. He really turns on the jets in transition for easy looks like that one.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And Porzingis, here we go. At the top of the key, Hernangomez. Outside Anthony. 6 on the shot clock. Can they get it? Rebounded by the Spurs. Parker's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
And, here, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Both free throws good from Aldridge. Doris, you ended a very successful college career a few years before professional women's basketball was fully established. How much do you wish you could have had a chance to go pro and play in what is now the WNBA?
How about this, Kev? The last 10 minutes of my senior season, the last 10 minutes of my final game, I blow out my knee. Otherwise, I would have gone to either Sweden or Ireland to play professionally. But sure, of course I wish the WNBA was formed. It came 10 years after my graduation in 1987. Oh, what could have been.
Yeah. And Doris is thriving, right? I mean, there is such a following for the WNBA.
Last year's finals may be the most competitive in history. It's really grown leaps and bounds.
So fun to watch. Here's Ntilikina.
And a great job there by Parker with the contest to force the miss.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
Yeah, sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Pau Gasol with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Well, he has got to be the only thing they're discussing in this huddle because the approach they've used on him has been a disaster. Changes need to be made. I don't know if it's a double team, switching matchups, but something's got to be done.
3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Passes it to Hernangomez. New York moving the ball around. Here's Anthony, and Gasol sends it back.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
Just terrific determination. First, compiling the lead, and now building on it.
Yeah, Greg, I think it's very difficult coming back in this instance. They have owned this game. Don't see them coughing up this lead.
Lee kicks to Anthony. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That is his first foul of the game. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. Drills the three-pointer.
I love the fact that Ntilikina is skilled at being a ball mover. He's got a pass-first mentality, and that's winning basketball.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for San Antonio.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And we watched one guy all night long. Guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Pau Gasol.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
Here's Hernangomez following the score by Tony Parker. Right block shot. Porzingis with the rebound. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Lee outside. Cans it from downtown.
Well, just another tool in his ever-expanding arsenal. Courtney Lee gains separation on the pull-up.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
No, I think that they've been locked in during this game. They didn't let the opposing crowd get to them at all. This has been pure domination.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession. New York calls timeout. They trail by 12. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And obviously, look, they want to finish the game strong, but right now, look at the frustration on their faces.
It's very evident, Greg. You can tell they're upset. They've got to calm down and simply play this one possession at a time.
Thomas a screen. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
How about the height and the length and the athleticism of Kristaps Porzingis? Barely has to jump to throw that down.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
Well, this is exactly how you put teams away. Late game execution leads to a tremendous win.
Here's Thomas. No good. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony.